Hey besties, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing a story time about my first relationship in high school. So let's get into the video. Okay y'all, so this story time starts off when I was 16 and I had got my first job working at HEB. Mind y'all, I was still in high school. When I was 16, I had decided to get my first job because your girl always been a boss, period. So yeah, I had decided to get my first job, so I had applied to work at HEB. If you don't know what HEB is, it is a grocery store. I applied to work at HEB and I had ended up getting the job, so I had to go in for my orientation. So when I first walked in at HEB, you know, I was all cute, ready for work. Because I already knew I had the job, period. Yeah. So when I had first walked in, I had seen this dude, we gonna call him Trill. First walked in, I saw Trill. And I was like, ooh, he cute. But yeah, I had ended up going about my business. I had just kind of glanced at him. You know, when you kind of glance at somebody like, he cute. And you just keep walking. That's what I did. And I kept walking. And I ended up going upstairs and sitting down. So when I went upstairs and I sat down, he ended up walking in front of me. And he just kind of looked at me. And we didn't say nothing to each other. We just kind of looked at each other. You know, that kind of awkward. You just look. Yeah, that's how it was. So we just looked at each other. And then he walked by again. And he was like, hey. And I was like, hey. And he was like, you must be here for orientation. And I was like, yeah, I'm here for orientation. And he was like, oh, okay. And he just kind of left and walked off. So I had ended up starting to work the next week. And mind y'all, I didn't see Trail no more for a while. And I was like, dang, he must got fired or we don't work the same shift. But I really didn't pay no attention to it because, you know, I was there to work. So one day I was bagging groceries because mind y'all, I had got hired to bag groceries. So one day I was bagging groceries and I had slick got tired of bagging groceries. So I had asked my manager, could I go outside and do the carts? So I had ended up going outside and doing the carts and I saw Trill. So he walked outside and I was just like, hey. And he was like, hey. I was like, I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? And he was like, I've been in the bakery. They've been having me in the bakery. I've been moving around. That's probably why you haven't seen me. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, yeah. Asked me my name and stuff like that. And we had ended up exchanging numbers. I had ended up leaving because my shift was almost over. Just ended up, you know, texting for a while. You know, on some cool, chill, getting to know each other type thing, like friends. So after we had texted for a while, I was like, we should hang out sometime. So he had ended up meeting me at the park because I had a park close to where I used to live. So he had ended up meeting me at the park and we just kind of sat, chilled, and talked. And we talked for a good little while, and then we was like, okay, I'll see you another time or something like that. But mind y'all, I never saw Trill like at work. We always worked different schedules. His schedule was way different than mine. I was still in high school. I was like a sophomore in high school. And one of my friends, we're going to call her Raya. She was my best friend. So me and my best friend Raya, we was like this. And she could drive, but I didn't have no car and I couldn't drive. Raya would take me places like we'll go get food and go hang out. Me and Raya had ended up going to this other high school. Mind y'all, Raya was dating a boy that went to another high school. And Trail would get dropped off at that high school with his friends because he had friends at that high school. He didn't go there, but he had friends that went there, if y'all get the picture. Trail was just hanging out there. Raya's dude played football, so we would pull up after the football practice and just kind of sit and wait for him and stuff like that. And she would talk to him and I would talk to Trail. So one day, Raya was like,
you know, you should call Trail up and hang out with Trail. And I with my dude, and we should all like hang out together.
And I was like, okay, cool, we can all hang out together. We all hung out together one time at the park, me and Trail. We just kind of sat and talked, and Raya and her dude sat and talked, and we just all hung out, and it was fun. We had like a good vibe. Me and Trail had like kind of had a deep conversation, and he was like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I just want to take it slow with you and just be friends and see where it go. And I was like, okay, cool, we could start off and be friends. Like, I don't see no problem with it, you know. kind of stick hurt your girl ego a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, cool. So we had ended up just being friends for a while and just like talking and hanging out with each other, and we had decided one day that we was gonna be in a relationship. So me and Trail had ended up being in a relationship, you know, talking, and me and Trail would always kind of slick argue. I ain't gonna say always, but we would slick kind of argue about his Twitter. Like, I had a huge problem with his Twitter. Me and his Twitter was beefing. Be posting, you know how dudes just post little slick stuff like, who he was talking about? Who that's for? That's how it was. Who this for? Cause it can't be for me. So yo, we would like slick into it. He would be like,
don't worry about my Twitter. It don't got nothing to do with you. It's just Twitter. Like, don't worry about it. Don't think they deep.
and I was just like, okay, cool, whatever. But in the back of my mind, it was something about that Twitter. And we're going to get into the tea, the spicy, in a minute. Me and him would argue about it. I would just kind of slick, let it go. But mind y'all, in the back of my mind, the thought was still there about that Twitter. Okay? Okay. So one day, me and Raya and her dude had decided we were going to go kayaking. And she was
Like, you should invite Trail.
and I was like, okay, I'm going to invite him to go kayaking with us. Mind y'all, at this time, me and Trill had been talking for a while. So I was like, okay, we can go kayaking and have fun. So we go kayaking and we have a good time. Like, it was a vibe. It was cool. It was fun. And we all laughed, giggled, and vibed. Okay? After the kayaking trip, we get ready to go. All of us get in the car. And Raya's like,
I'm finna drop off Trail and my boyfriend, and then I'll drop you off.
and I was like, okay, cool. So she ended up dropping off Trail first because he stayed the farthest. So she dropped him off. Trail then left the iPad in the car. I see the iPad. So I pick it up. Dropped off her dude. I'm still back there holding the iPad. Y'all, why the iPad done went off? Guess what was on that iPad? Somebody had sent Trail a message on Twitter. One of his exes. I told y'all about that Twitter. It was always in the back of my mind. He had ended up getting a message on Twitter, and he had realized that he left his iPad in her car. Because one thing about Trail, iPad used to be glued to Trail at his hip. You wouldn't see Trail without that iPad. I think he took to school and everywhere else he went, honey. He had realized that the iPad was gone. Like, it wasn't with him no more. Y'all iPhone to y'all iPad, his phone was synced to his iPad. So whatever I saw, he saw too. Get the picture? So he saw the message too, just like I did. So by the time he figured out that his iPad was gone, he ended up calling me like,
Hey, I left my iPad in Raya's car.
and I was like, okay. And he was like,
Why can't she bring it to me?
I was like, I had to ask her. And she was like,
Like, no, it's too late. I had to get back home because my parents looking for me.
and I was like, okay. Raya said she can't bring it because she got to get back home. But she said,
I could bring it to boyfriend's school tomorrow and you could just get it from me.
and he was just like,
Okay.
oh, when he realized that that message came up, he started panicking. Like, you know when you on the phone with somebody and they just start panicking out of nowhere? Like, that's what it was. He started panicking like,
I'm finna come see you. I'm finna come talk to you.
he knew that I saw that message. Because I was like, and who this girl that just messaged you on Twitter?
Like, it's not nobody. It's not nothing serious. Da, da, da.
Like, you know, when somebody start panicking, that's how he was. He was panicking. Okay? So when he started panicking, he like,
I'm finna come see you. I'm finna come.
I'm like, nah, you ain't got to come see me. I'll get your iPad back to you. And he was like,
No, I'm finna come see you. I'm finna come see you because it's not even what you think it is. It's not nothing like that.
this boy stole his mama car and drove all the way from his house to my house. Mind y'all, he stayed way on the other side of town. So he stole his mama car. He on FaceTime with me trying to make sure I'm okay. Like, I'm like, it's not nothing. I'm on the phone like, it's not nothing. Like,
No, I'm on the way right now. I'm on the way right now.
mind y'all, this boy was speeding. And I ain't had not now license, okay? So if he got pulled over, baby, he was just through. So he pull up. And he just hop out. He like,
Give me a hug. Are you okay? Da, da, da.
and I'm just looking like, boy, here. They threw that iPad like it was a frisbee. Like, boy, here. Get
Not nothing. Like, I'll pull up everything and I'll show you that it's not nothing. And I'll even text her in front of you and show you that it's not nothing.
So he did all that. I'm like, okay, it's not nothing. It ain't nothing with her. And you know, I ended up forgiving him, and we ended up staying together for a while, and we just kind of chilled and hung out with each other. After that, we were still close, and we still like talk because we always had friendship. So I just let that go. So one day I had decided to move, and even after I moved, we was just like, we gonna still be together. So even after I moved, y'all, I had planned to go back to my hometown for my birthday, and I ended up flying down to my hometown, and I ended up seeing him. I had actually spent my Halloween with him. We just kind of hung out. And for my birthday, he had ended up taking me out to eat, and we hung out some more. And yeah, when I ended up flying back, it just kind of became too much. Like for me, emotionally, it was just too much. Just ended up breaking it off and moving on. And I hope y'all like this video. Make sure y'all go watch my other story times. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, period. And I'll see y'all in the next video.
I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play.